Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy JJ. Like the video I just put on that last, I had my course today for concealed carry. It was about 3.5 hours. The company that I did it with was it's called Asymmetric Concepts. The gentleman who taught the course, I'm not sure if he's the owner or proprietor of the business, but he's former military. He's also civilian law enforcement now, and he's been teaching this course for a long time. He also, gave us the courtesy of coming on base to teach the course, so I didn't even have to go anywhere. I just went to my squadron, sat down, and I took the course. Like I said, it was 3.5 hours, but it wasn't one of those 3.5 hours where it just took a long ass time and you were just sitting around waiting for it to end, half asleep. It was very engaging. He teaches all around. I'm not sure if he has an actual business, like storefront location or anything like that with classrooms. What the deal is, I think it's more of like he goes around, teaches courses at different locations and such. And he's all in the Layton, Davis, Clearfield area in Utah. I'm not gonna say his name or his contact information until I get the okay. If I get the okay from him to put that on, I'll put it in the description box below this video. So this is just a quick overview of stuff that we covered and what I personally felt of the course. Alright, so first thing we did, he included passport pictures for the license, for the concealed carry permit. Then it also came with a fingerprint card as well as the application in an envelope that was already pre-addressed to the Highway Patrol or whatever they call it. It's like BCI or something to that effect. First thing we did was go over the application, the areas that we had to fill out. It's pretty straightforward. Name, address, permanent address where you're living at, your mailing address, if different, your vital statistics that come off your license number, as well as it has a few questions to ask you about your criminal background, if you have any sort of convictions, as far as assaults, domestic violence, commissioning of a weapon in a crime, any sort of even petty things that would question your integrity, such as if you have any sort of thefts. Okay, so that's just the first little part. That's the first thing we did. We went over that and we spoke about some general things. Next, we spoke about information that was pertinent to us as far as having concealed carry permits and the difference between, for instance, carrying loaded and statutory unloaded, meaning that you don't have a round chambered and there is some sort of action in between that wouldn't allow you to fire the weapon if any of its control surfaces were engaged. So that means you have to have the round out of the chamber. If you have it in the chamber, all you have to do is pull the trigger if the safety is off. So you have your rounds out the chamber and the safety on, so that you won't enable this. So that's more the case of if you have a concealed carry permit, you're carrying it loaded if you want to. You don't have to, but you're allowed to. Unlike if you didn't and you were open carrying, it has to be statutory unloaded. So we had a brief synopsis over that, and he gave us descriptions and examples, showed us firsthand with the revolver what that meant. It's very in-depth. He gave us a lot of different examples, especially when we got into the law section, which was the majority of the course, is how a law applies to us when we're allowed to use deadly force, having a concealed carry permit. It wasn't just that, it was also having firearms in your house, how the law applies. Utah, like I said in the other videos, they do things the right way. Okay, so they're not looking to bash you for every little thing. So a lot of what that castle doctrine or castle law is about you and your house or your vehicle, a tent. Also the difference between real property. So if it's yours, if it's a secondary, meaning if you go to a hotel and you're staying there, you've rented, you have a contract saying that that's your place of residence for the next period of time. You're living there. Okay, so you have certain laws, certain rights when it comes to protecting yourself, especially when it comes to the use of firearms in protecting yourself in those environments. Um, I mean, nothing was really off limits, which I liked. I like that because it keeps it from being dull. So we talked about Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Mike Brown. Those were the three cases. Even OJ. We talked about involvement in how you interact with law enforcement. So if you're driving or you're walking or whatever the case may be, and you're stopped by a police officer, you know, the best ways to go about it. He tells us the laws that and the rights, I guess you say, not rights, but the allowances that are given to police when it comes to interacting with people, especially when you have a concealed weapon. So that, it was just very interesting. We also I mean, we even went over holsters and carry, because I was, for me, I always intended, if I was going to carry a backup firearm, most likely it's going to be an ankle holster. And he gave real first-hand experience. He's acting in a federal capacity, civilian, as an instructor. And that's not the only thing he teaches. He also teaches, different courses for, self-defense. He was telling us how they'll come to your house and they'll set it up on the inside, and they'll use simunition to allow you to clear out your house. Get used to the layout of your house, good cover, concealment, and how to go about clearing out your house. Save that if that case came, if it came down to that. So overall, it was a very interesting, very enlightening course. And for those people that say, guns aren't regulated enough, if you just look at the laws and how it's written in the law for every aspect of you owning, purchasing. We even spoke about different ways to go about purchasing firearms when it comes to private transactions between individuals or from the store or what have you. So very knowledgeable. He was every question I had, he was able to answer it. Very articulate. So was it worth the money? It was $30. So I got the picture, the application, the course, which is required in Utah. I got all that for $30. The application fee has actually gone down from $41 last year to now it's $39. And here's another good little caveat. If you're military in Utah, it's a difference between $10. So it would be $49 for out of state residents of Utah and in-state residents of Utah. So if you're military and you're stationed there, all you do is put a copy of your orders in there, bam, and they can see you as a resident. Here's the envelope with the folder. He had us write resident military, so that's a little quick. I don't know if you can see that. That's the way that they get about, or they go about processing your paperwork, because there's a difference between 60 days and 6 months. If you're a resident, it's 60 days. If you're a non-resident, it's 6 months. So it's shaved down on time. He's already spoke with them, and he's and they've already told him that that's the way to go about getting that processed as in-state. So not only do you save money, it also gets processed faster. He also gives a lot of resources as far as keeping up with the laws, both federal and state. And that's just your regular gun laws as well as concealed carry laws that are in place, and that, because it's your responsibility to keep up with that. So was it worth the money? Being cheap that I am, yeah, it was. Okay. I have no gripes about paying $30 for that. You have to take the course anyway, off base. You're looking at about $40. They came on base to my home, essentially, taught me the course, gave me the picture, application, and got me squared away for $30. I can't complain with that at all. The license is going to last for 5 years, so I'm not going to have to worry about it. It's also one of the best in the country as far as reciprocity and recognition between the two. is recognized in 30 states in the United States. So very few states that don't recognize the Utah State concealed carry permit. So hey, I'm down with it. Next thing I do is go get my gun. I'll try to make a video about that if I can. I already have it picked out, or like I said, I already have it pretty much paid off. So that's all I gotta do is go down and do that. Next thing to do is to go ahead and finish the application process, which is getting the money order, my orders, copy my orders, throw it in there, mail that off, and within 2 months I should hear back. If there's any problems, it will let me know when that arises. So this is the little quick overview and review of the course. And so if definitely if you're in the local area near Hill Air Force Base, I'm not sure the distances that he'll travel to teach the courses, but like I said, when I talk to him, if he allows it, I'll go ahead and I'll throw his information down there. So if you got any comments or questions, go ahead and put them down below. Like always, comment, rate, subscribe. I'd like to hear back from y'all. I don't make money off my videos, okay? I like getting comments. I like getting feedback, speaking to each other. Hopefully, as I get more time, get my EOC done out the way, I'll be able to start. And since I'm getting internet, I'll be putting more videos up more frequently, and hopefully putting more time into editing them, making them a little more polished. Okay, I'm using my good camera, so you're not looking at a fuzzy backdrop. All right, so like always, comment, rate, subscribe. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'm out.